whispers of ash are calling my name. Dancing embers light my way. I am the night, I am the day. Hear the crackle, feel the spark, a burning heart in the deepest dark. Raise your hands, ignite the sky. We live, we burn, we never die. I am fire, I am storm, a raging heart forever warm. Let the world be turned to gold. In the heat my story's told. I am fire, I am free. The flame of fate burns wild in me. Smoke and shadow dance as one, under moon or under sun. Chains will break, the past will fall. From the ashes I will call. Hear the crackle, feel the spark, a burning heart in the deepest dark. Raise your hands, ignite the sky. We live, we burn, we never die. I am fire, I am storm, a raging heart forever warm. Let the world be turned to gold. In the heat my story's told. I am fire, I am free. The flame of fate burns wild in me. Let it rise from the ground to the endless skies. Let it rise. We are the light that never dies. I am fire, I am storm, a raging heart forever warm. Let the world be turned to gold. In the heat my story's told. I am fire, I am free. The flame of fate burns wild in me. Got a sky in my chest and thunder veins. I walk where the wind forgets your name. Boots full of mud, but I don't slow down. Storm in my blood, I own this ground.
Cool. Yeah. I'm super happy that we did that.
Oh, we're in.
We are live again. Wow. Week 12, 3 months. Lewis, good evening. Andy, good evening.
Just shy of 3 months. Good evening, Matt. Good evening, Lewis.
Good evening. Oh, it's 10 off.
3 months.
All the lights have gone out.
All the lights have gone out. Lewis is having some realisms that working in the reptile room at 9 o'clock, everything goes out.
Yeah, 12 outside though.
So we'll just do a few housekeeping checks. I'm guessing audio's okay. Drop us a thumbs up, drop us an okay, 10-4, all that good stuff. Let us know that the audio's coming through well. And that I have remembered to switch Spotify off.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
No, I did do that. Paul has made it up in the world. Paul, B Exotics. Hello, B Exotics. This is nice. Can we just a round of applause for B Exotics? Good evening, sir. How are we? Nice to see you dropping in. Holly Sharp, Harry J, Scolo, and Mikey. Burma Pearl. Good evening, all. Isabel as well. Let's not forget about you. B Exotics is chat number super fan number 3. I don't know how I've missed you so much then. I don't know, I've missed you. We got that super fan. We're in for a good one tonight.
Super fan. I worked out the super fans the other night.
Okay.
It's the people who have commented the most in the order that they commented. So you get 1, 2, and 3. So the first person to comment tends to get a super fan one.
Ah, so it's in this stream, not overall.
No, and it works by so if someone comments 20 times and someone comments 19 times, the person with 20 goes higher than the one with 19, even though they might not have been there as long. And then we've got Lisa with CB Outcast. Good evening.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, good evening, Lisa. Yeah, so we've been looking forward to this one, haven't we? We've been looking forward to this one. It's Lewis and Holly. Holly's having a night off tonight. She's sat with her feet up and a glass of wine, hopefully, watching and listening to
she's watching.
Do all the hard work.
Yeah, she's commented.
Yeah, we'll see.
She's going to be a cup of tea duty. If I need a cup of tea, she's going to have to make me one.
Too right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So a few housekeeping rules as always. Holly Shop, cup of tea. Got a little cup of tea. We are obviously sponsored, so all sponsorship is paid for, and we do in fact have affiliate links and discount codes down below. If you do use some of the affiliate codes, we do get a small kickback, but that is at no cost to you guys. They our sponsors kindly cover that cost, but we have to let you know. So we are sponsored by the Reptile Keeper. We are sponsored by Faunalux, and we are sponsored by Snakes and Adders, just because. So thank you very much to all
I will add
sponsors.
one more thing. Through our affiliate link, you can still use the discount code on the Reptile Keeper. So that doesn't affect that in any way, shape or form.
True story. There is a notification down below in the description bar about our sponsorships and stuff, and that we are UK compliant and everything like that. It's all a load of nonsense, but we've got to do it. So we do. So let's get into it, shall we? Lewis, good evening.
Let's do it. Good evening.
So Reptile Cribs is a new, I want to so my notes say, right, new up and coming YouTuber with feet firmly settled in enclosure designs, but you're actually more established than we are. So it'd be really weird for us to call you new.
Well, I am relatively new. Like I say, I've been going. Go on.
No, you're all right. Yeah.
I'll say I've been going with me and Ollie. Been going around about a year and a half on social media, so to speak. Like I say, Reptile Cribs. It was a bit of a silly name. It was kind of like MTV Cribs, and I thought, I'll put the English tone onto it and make it into a reptile thing. Reptile Cribs UK, and then we kind of just liked it, so it stuck. But yeah, we're fairly new. We do like to do custom designs. Yeah, we do like doing custom designs. To be fair, I would say that's one of our strong points. We do enjoy doing custom builds.
Yeah.
We haven't built any vivs though. Just to make that clear, we buy our vivs and then we just do the custom backgrounds.
Absolutely. Yeah, you focus on real designs and sort of habitat builds rather than these crystal polished displays as well, don't you? So you haven't got like fake buildings like this in all your enclosures. It's all natural decor. It's all meaningful.
Yeah. So the two bow enclosures that we've got, which is probably it's between that and the red-eyed crop skink enclosures. They're my favourite ones, and they're I grouted them in polystyrene and shaped it like a cliff wall, so to speak, in a forest, like a forest, like a sort of cliffy side, but the forest. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And when I was shaping it, I was like, I really want to try and make this look as realistic as possible. So, and then I also was thinking like thermal gradient and temperatures and things like that. So I was a bit like, I want to try and make it as perfect for what I'm putting in it as possible. So I spent the money, and over sweat and tears, I managed to get it to where I wanted it. Holly helped me out doing the water ball hides and stuff. But yeah, it was a stressful couple of weeks doing it. I was hoping to get moved in here sooner because obviously this garage, we converted it into a reptile room. It's the in-school garage. So me and my wife's father, we plasterboarded it, we put electrics in it, obviously put some flooring down, and I was like, right, before I move any of the animals, because all my animals was originally in my daughter's bedroom before we had the second daughter, so it was a spare bedroom at the time. And I was like, well, I can't move anything in until I've done the vivs, because obviously the stuff that I'm using to make the vivs waterproof and safe, it gives off a horrible smell.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like, I can't risk putting the tarantulas in here or any of the reptiles in case it makes them go belly up. So yeah, I think once I fully grouted it and then pond sealed it took like a week and a half to fully get all the smell out completely. And I was like, oh my God, I don't think the smell's ever going to go.
Yeah, no, you've done well. You've done well.
I say I plan on doing all the others as well. Everyone's going to get done. It started with tarantulas. So obviously, when we started doing tarantula custom builds, I've done some good ones that aren't even on YouTube, and I wish I filmed them. But in hindsight, I should have filmed them. But I said at the time it wasn't doing YouTube, and I was like, well, we could if we enjoy doing it, we may as well film it as well.
Amazing.
That's the thing. It's quite easy to.
You're all right, Andy. Go
on, Mac.
I was just going to say
it's quite easy to. We're going to do well here, aren't we?
Go, Andy. Go, right. Andy. Go.
Oh, okay. It's quite easy to look back at it and go, I should have filmed that. But now you're doing the YouTube stuff. You're filming pretty much everything, I'm guessing.
Yeah. And I'll tell you something as well. We do film a lot of stuff that gets deleted. It's quite frustrating. Like the Christmas video, we filmed a lot of stuff that day, feeding and whatever. And I was jumping between. It was the first time using 2 cameras. And I got it all filmed, and then I thought I uploaded it to my phone, deleted it off the device I was filming on, and then said to Ollie, I've just gone and deleted everything. And so we had to try and save the bits of footage we had. We had a little bit on my phone, and we used that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of things that go sideways doing social media for sure.
It's a full-time job, isn't it? When you're doing so much, and I find as well that with the content, and we've only been going for 12 weeks, but I've got history working with my own social medias for the Royals and stuff. But the minute you become quiet or inactive for a second, you sort of slip down that current viewership, don't you? So an interaction from your community as well. So it's really, you need to be on top of it, and you need to be communicating to stay in people's minds and keep coming in. And I think people underestimate that level of it when you're doing something like this, where the pings don't stop at all. And it can be really brutal to try and do it. We've had a guest on who said that it does take their toll on them. When you've made a sale and then on Sunday night at 11:30 at night, it's like, well, why hasn't my parcel arrived? It's 11:30 Sunday night, mate. It's not, so it's really difficult. So I think people really underestimate the work that goes into that. And your your viewer base, your community is massive for someone being at it so early on as well, isn't it? So we were just talking about this back behind the scenes. So what numbers are you up to at the moment?
So TikTok, we're at 2,500. YouTube, we are actually at 1,700, but it's not showing that at the minute because obviously it's always delayed. Because we had such a big growth spurt in the last couple of weeks. And Instagram, I think, is our lowest platform. I think we're at 400. And then I'm not sure quite what I'm on Facebook. But yeah, going back to it, it's literally trying to target every single platform, try and, speak to everybody and try and be social with everybody. So, you're not thinking that you're quite arrogant. I try to be social with everybody that messages me or asks a question. I will answer it as best I can. So it's definitely a full-time thing. And like I say, when I did videos, I always say to people, if you've got any questions, I will help as much as I can. So if you want to know how I grouted it, or the seal I used, or anything like that, or even how I pinned things on, or what the temperatures are for the snakes, just ask me and I'll answer it best I can. And I think that's an important thing with running a social media platform. You've got to be real. You've got to try and interact with your community. And that's why I don't say fans or followers, I say community. So we're building a community, we're going to stick together and we're going to help each other, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything about reptiles. I get constantly taught new things. people like Lisa from Cold Blooded Outcast, she schools me every day. Chaz schools me. And there's loads of people that absolutely school me, but I love learning from them. And so I interact with them, I interact with other people online, and we all learn together. And I think that's the beauty of this hobby. It's phenomenal.
100%. And because, like, we can't keep everything as well, so
No,
there will always be something to learn, or something that we hear or see, and you think, do you know what, that could work for this if I was to do that, or, you know, I could tweak just this. And it's never ending in the end when we come to self-education and self-development. And it's when the community's right behind you as well, and like you've got the right people to listen to, you can go forever, can't you? So we'll just have a quick run through the chats because it's super busy. So I'm not going to call out everything because there's so much to see, but if I get some good points come up. Hellfire Hogs, good evening. Harry J, Solco, Be Exotics, England Ethan, Scully Gig, Critters Den, Mikey, good evening. Clan of Critters, Mikey again, Lisa from Cold Outcast, hats off to Lewis. He's landed with his feet firmly in a hobby, and then the right side of it, always striving to invest in continuous improvements for the animals. You know, when you're getting the support like that from people, you can't go wrong.
No, that's it.
Critters then filmed a whole video for about 25 minutes and it stopped recording after about 30 seconds.
I remember when she did that.
Lewis has got one hell of a nice yellowtail Crebo. Lewis and Holly are both doing a great job. You know, lots of love for you in the comment section now. Well earned growth spurt. It's how you both come across to people that work so well, down to earth and not full of skittles. We've built a great community so far, and it will only continue to grow. So amazing to speak with everyone in this hobby. You know, when you've got, people have obviously tuned in tonight to come and catch up with you and stuff, and it's absolutely fantastic to see that that's rolling over into this as well.
Absolutely.
One thing that I can't say enough for you and Holly is the support that you've given this podcast, and the shout outs and the likes and the follows and the pushing. And it's so refreshing to see. It's really weird to describe ourselves as content creators, but to see content creators not in competition, but to support. You're laughing at content creators, aren't you, Andy?
I know, I am. I really am, because at the end of the day, we're just two idiots behind the screen. How have we become content creators?
That's how me and Ollie are now. I'm also calling my wife an idiot. Ollie, you're not an idiot, by the way.
I heard that's how me and Holly. So Andy just said 2 idiots behind the camera, and you went, how me and Holly are. No, I get what you mean. I totally get.
What I'm saying is, me and Ollie, when we started filming, it was like, we're just gonna, there's gonna be people out there that learn more, and there's gonna be people out there that are gonna be critics, and we have come across a fair share of negative people in the hobby. You do get your bad eggs. People that don't want to see you as competition, and they don't want to see you do well, and all the rest of it. And that kind of knocked us down a bit. And was like, no, let's aim and help the ones that help us, and we'll truly push we'll build our own community. And everyone that shows us respect, we'll double the respect back. And everyone that's commented in this chat, I've spoke to personally. I know exactly who everyone is. You two, I think you're phenomenal for what you're doing. I want to see this channel blow up. I want you to see be as big as Joe Rogan. That would be awesome, because you both deserve it. You're trying.
Well, thank you.
When you guys first approached me, you said to me, you want to build a community for the UK hobbyists in the reptile world, and that's what you're doing. I don't know why you offered me a chance to come on, but I took the opportunity, and I'm glad I did, sort of thing. So you guys are spot on, and you deserve all the sharing and everything. There's loads of beautiful people in this hobby. It's awesome. Like I said, I only met Lisa last year, Lisa from Cold Blooded Outcast. I brought the mangrove snake off her, and we're like best mates now. We talk all the time on WhatsApp. Do you know what I mean? We're like really close. And like I say, we'll plan on doing things this year. Getting her wife, she's awesome. She loves Holly, because when we went up as me and Holly went up together. So me and Lisa was playing with the mangrove snakes in a reptile room, and Gaynor and Holly was having a cup of tea in the room talking about other things.
Yeah, it's spot on, isn't it? Just for the laugh, it's all about supporting each other and growing together. There shouldn't be any rivalry. It helps no one. 100%. We've seen.
I'm just going to chime in a second. But anyone who does knock us, and knocks Lewis, or knocks anyone, they're either jealous, don't know what they're talking about, but bad publicity is as good as good publicity. People are talking about you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hellfire Hogs, community is why I enjoy this. Not spoken to anyone either on Facebook or RSUK. Even Slytherin have a WhatsApp chat and it's great. So, first things first, Hellfire Hogs. Does that mean you are Leicester local? Because I'm Leicester as well. Secondly, the RSUK chats, they are massively different to what they were 18 months ago. So, if it wasn't for the RSUK chat, I don't think I would know half the people in this chat or that I speak to on a regular basis now. It's a massively different place.
We wouldn't be doing this.
No, it's a massively different place to what it was. And Slytherin, great shop. I love Slytherin. We're at Foss Park in Leicester, and we drive 40 minutes to go to Slytherin for our bugs, for our reptiles, for anything like that. Just because I would rather support a small store. I say small store; it's far from small now. But I would rather support a actual reptile centre, reptile shop, than Pets at Home or anything like that. So they are our go-to.
Well, that's why I started that mini-service.
That what, sorry?
That's why I started the mini-service on the platform of the best reptile shops in the UK. For that reason. Yeah. I wanted to, keep the community going rather than people buying offline. Go to the shop, speak to the people. Slytherin's on the list. I've been Slytherin before. I've met Braden. I've met Joel.
Yeah.
I'm saying they're both cracking lads. And there was Mark there as well, but I think he's left now and gone to Viperia.
Yeah, so I've not caught up with Mark. I need to catch up with him because he left and he moved to Peterborough. But then the Viperia centre, I don't know where that is. So is that Birmingham way? I'm not sure where that is.
I think it is West Midlands way.
So,
I know that. Yeah.
So it's quite the commute.
I'm going to Google that.
So I don't know. I don't know if the facility and the shop are in the same location. I'm not sure.
I don't either. I've not hit them up yet.
No. So
I've been speaking to Lee actually. Occasionally he replies. You've got about 3 to 10 working years between messages. You're doing well.
Right. Can we just clear something up? And I'm going to swear here. Who the fuck's Paul?
Right, so I've got someone in my comments, BH Exotics, I'm assuming. He's called Ben. He's one of my moderators on YouTube and TikTok, and he finds it hilarious to call me Paul Smith. He thinks I look like the comedian.
The Scouse bloke.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so that's what that is.
Right, that's fine. Just so I know, because I had no idea there.
I'm going to thank Ethan quickly for the beard comment. I grew it myself.
Yeah. So you're in Cannock, Cannock staff. Yeah, so I've been over to Cannock quite a bit actually. We picked up some Habitat bibs from Atherstone, so not far from you, and then we had a friend that lived over in Cannock way as well. There's a pub over there that we've been to several times. Big white building on a bit of a hill. Can't remember what it's called. Hogs Exotics, good evening, Chris. Scully Gee, Clan of Critters. If you're ever in Scotland, Lewis, and you look for another shop for your series, Dragon Aquatics in Paisley is amazing. Matthew is such a down-to-earth bloke. He's so cool.
That's on the list, I think. I think I've got that on the list. Yeah. We do plan on going up to see Lisa again, hopefully, this year, in a camper van. So if I do get up there, then I will probably hit that shop up at the same time.
Have you got a camper, have you?
We haven't. My father-in-law's doing one up, and he said we could use it, so that's what we'll use.
They are the best. We used to race sled dogs for the better part of 10 years, and we had a camper van. It was all kitted out to carry the sled dogs, the rigs. We slept in there, cooked in there, toileted in there. It was the best. Like the better part of 10 years we did that, and it was amazing. I can't ever think that it wasn't great. So I highly recommend van life to people.
Yeah.
You drive 45 minutes all the way over. Yeah, it's like, I don't think so. Birmingham Reptiles is nice as well.
That's on the shop on the list.
You got non-eating reptiles as well, which is okay.
Birmingham Reptiles is shit up. I've been there. I bought one of my male scorpion tails from there. It was just after COVID, and I got there quite late. They were absolutely golden, and what Monica's running in there is fantastic, and the breeding stuff they've got going on the upper levels.
I've got about
makes the shop look.
I've got about 30 of these that I need to get over to Lisa, to Monica, but I'm just waiting for the car to get on the road.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get over and see her.
She's got a brilliant shop down there.
And the wood as well. She's got massive wood selection, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You walk in the door and you're like, a bit small. Then you go upstairs and you're into the, it's like, oh my God, this shop goes on forever. It never ends.
That's awesome. I've been like that a few times, some of the shops I've been to. So up to now, the shops I've filmed is Peculiar Pets for Jordan. That's on it. Jaws and Claws in Castleford. The guy who runs that called Scott is the sound guy. Good shop. Lincoln Reptiles. Obviously Snakes and Adders.
Yeah.
Creatures Cabin in Hull with Dan and Jamie.
I want to go there. I need to go there.
What, Creatures Cabin?
Yeah, I want to do some DWA training with them at some point as well.
Phenomenal. So there's a picture there, lot. That's when I did my course there. It was very good. I want to do my advanced there as well. I say Dan and Jamie are very clued up guys, nice people as well.
I was doing a lot of work in Goole at one point, so it's only up the road, but I could never get away long enough to get up there when they were open.
Yeah, for sure. It's got some cool venomous stuff as well, actually. Who else have I been to? Mansfield Aquatic Reptile Pet Centre. They're good.
That's a big place.
What did you think? What did you think of the MARP Centre?
I like it. I did actually like it. I wasn't expecting a reptile ring to be as big as it was. Because I thought, when I walked in, I initially thought it's a generic pet centre. It's going to have like a really small reptile section. But then it's like reptile room, and you walk in and it just opens up. I was like, oh,
yeah.
okay.
Do you know what? I was kind of like, when I went up there, I had it, so many people tell me how amazing it was. And I think I'd built up this like almost what's the shop down south called?
I know it's down
Ellsworth. I'd kind of I kind of built up this Elmsworth aquatics reptile shop sort of place in my head, and then you walk in and you get that first look and you think, oh my God, like, how is everyone bigging this up so much? I fully understand what you're saying there. And then you go into the reptile room and it's so nice, it's clean, it's tidy.
But they've just done a load of work in there as well now. They put a second floor at the back of the shop. Well, they were building up to increase height-wise.
They've got meerkats there.
Bloody hell. No, because I went there a couple of years ago. I got 2 hoggies from them. And a giant T-Rex skull, just because. I just walked past it, I've got to have that. And it came home with me. It wasn't popular.
Funny story about going there, by the way. Sorry, I've just cut you off hand.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
Funny story about that. So me and Holly and the kids was like, should we take a trip up to Urban Exotics? Because that's another shop that we've done, Urban Exotics. We drove up to Urban Exotics and we got there and I went, I'm going to run in all, because I'm busting for a toilet, so I'm going to run in and see him go to the toilet. And I ran outside. Bear in mind, we drove an hour and a half from Grimsby to Urban Exotics, and it was shut. Holly went, did you not check the days? I went, well, most pet shops shut on Monday, not Sunday.
Yeah.
So she was like, you idiot. So I Googled any of the local pet shops, and a map came up, and I was like, oh, I want to check out Map anyway. So we went over to Map, and that was when I filmed Mansfield instead, and then we went back to Urban Exotics, and that's where I got my Yellowtail Crebo from.
Nice. Crebo or an indigo is something that I really want to get down the line. It's just fell there. It's definitely something I want to get. But yeah. So you've mentioned that you do the reptile shop tours. What other forms of content do you film? You do your reptile room tours, for example?
Yes, so we do the pet shop tours, which is only a short video. Ideally, I would like to do proper videos, but I'm trying to build a platform, and shorts seem to work.
Yeah.
So we did shorts, and it keeps people interested for 40 seconds to 50 seconds. And then I'll do individual shorts of each animal I've got and try and be educational of them, talk about the Latin name, where they're from, how big they grow, what it is. And obviously we do the Viv builds. So I do tarantula custom backgrounds. So I've done re-houses, videos of them. I've done obviously the boas backgrounds and that. I've tried a few vlog style type videos. They didn't do too good though, so I might have to back up on them at some point. And what else we've done? And just like feeding videos, like saying tour videos. And we are going to do some like days out. So we've got things planned this year. So we'll also be hitting that sort of content as well, like going places. I'm going to do proper videos rather than shorts, or do a bit of both. And we try to collab with people as well. So like we can go see their animals, or they come see our animals and what have you.
Fantastic. If you ever find yourself in the Midlands, make sure to give me a shout and you can
definitely,
come and have a gander. I've just seen a message there from someone saying something from Lisa. So I've scrolled back up and I've missed this from Lisa saying, I think the last year there's been a pivot in the hobby where we are cutting out the bad bits of the hobby and putting energy and time into supporting the good. 100%. Can't deny that. And then I think I missed a question. Lewis, what's been the biggest challenge with your animals so far? Any individual issues or learning curves?
Biggest challenges? I'd probably say, so biggest challenges. In terms of like care, I've not had too many issues other than when I brought the Boega dendrophila, which we've now moved on. That had scale rot and I had to deal with that. That was probably my biggest challenge yet. But I managed to get through that. It stressed me out because I really didn't want to have a poorly animal. I've got a proper affinity for animals, me and Ollie. And we really do truly care about them. So like we try to give everything the biggest enclosure we possibly can, being ethical, like, while thinking we've got to also put other enclosures in here. And that's why we always say quality over quantity rather than fill your room up. But no, I ain't had any major setbacks with any problems. I've always done my research before I get the animal, so I know what I'm walking into. And it's just like, and like I say, the scale rot was the only health issue I've had so far. Touch wood, I don't get any more anytime soon. But yeah, I'd say I don't know, it's a difficult one to answer, really.
Can I just ask, the one with scale rot, that came to you like that, didn't it, from what I understand?
Well, I'm not going to point fingers because I don't know if it did. I feel like it might have been a bit of both. It might have been my care at the start because I had it in quarantine. And I don't know if I quarantined it as well as I should have done. So yeah, I'm not going to point fingers because it could have been me, so to speak. But it was easily fixed. I got around it. It was just a stressful period. And then once it was done, it was done.
That's fair enough. It's just heartbreaking when you have something go wrong.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I hate to cost it its life. I'm not saying it would, but...
Well, I had a wild caught ETB come to me that I purchased. I had it for 2 or 3 months. Unfortunately, it had to be put down because it started regurging. So when I took it on, it was feeding, fed a couple of times, then started regurging. That is soul destroying because I changed nothing. I even took the whole enclosure on with it. He was in with every setup and every bit about it. But I think the movement stress again was just too much for the poor thing. Yeah.
It's such a. It's heartbreaking to think that I don't know. I don't want to go into too much because it's quite upsetting. But I know people do lose animals, and it is part and parcel of it. But yeah, the thought of like an animal dying because I ain't cared for it right, it's kind of heartbreaking. So when I was doing that, I said to myself, if it doesn't fix itself after the next shed, I'm going to go to the vets. But it did. Sort of thing. I see improvements, so I was like, I don't think I need to now. And like I say, it like basically went to 100% health, and then I decided after a couple of like 3 or 4 months later that I'm just going to move it on and get the Crebo.
That's fair. And I will just say, Nicola, it was more than 2 weeks. It did feed at least once for me because it ate a chick, and then the second feed it ate and regurged.
I love an emerald tree boa. It's one of my dream species.
I want to do them again, but I will only buy captive bred next time.
Yeah. Fingerboard Fury.
I made a mistake.
Mac, what reptiles do I keep? I've got tarantulas up to jumping spiders, American green tree frogs in the paludarium behind me, royals in the rack, king snakes in the bottom rack, and I'm having a bit of a move around at the moment, so I've got a Yemen chameleon in a big 90 by 60 there. I've got a Thai bamboo rat who is obviously hungry because he's out, so we never see him. He's just up there. And I've got some tokays. I've got some toki babies. We've got a Cuban anole. We've got panther chameleon downstairs. A what is it? Northern diamondback terrapin downstairs as well. In the full plenty of that mat. My light had fell, but I fixed it. Oh, no, I fixed it. Come to my rescue just too late.
Who's chameleon?
The wife's chameleons.
That sounds like my business.
Oh,
Oh, he does that. Who's King
Yeah.
Snake? Who's
The
Billy?
wife's chameleons. Oh no, like everything's mine apart from the babies and apart from the chameleons. It doesn't matter what babies they are. It could be any babies. All the babies are Steph's and all the chameleons are Steph's. So yeah, yeah. So and then I've got a European green lizard outside in the shed, currently brumating. So
Awesome.
that was a pickup from the Caterpillar Centre, as in the plant manufacturers. You know, the brand Cat. They had what are they called when they come in from abroad? What's the word I'm looking for?
Stowaway.
A stowaway. They had a stowaway
Awesome.
coming from Eastern Europe, and the announcement went out from NRCW. Can anyone help us out? So I was like, yeah, sure. So I went down and got it. They'd called it Steve because the guy that found it was called Steve. So I was like, sound. Brought it home, put him in the viv, set a nice natural viv up for him, and then I sought advice from a guy called Rob Pilley in the UK. An amazing guy. Like, he's 100% probably my most anticipated guest, just because of the information we're going to get out of him. Like, if you go into IMDb and put Rob Pilley in, you'll see what he's done. Like, amazing guy, and he keeps reptiles for fun.
I think I know that name.
Yeah,
He
like,
crops up on the groups a few times as well.
Yeah. So if you're in the European keepers group, Rob's in there, and he gives out advice all day long. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
He gives out advice all day long. He's and I've spoke to him a couple of times on the phone as well. So really looking forward to that. Royals are my passion. For my sins, I really love my royals. We have downsized, but they won't be going anywhere. But I've got something special planned for this. So we are maturing the tank. So it's a full paludarium, so water in the bottom, running water down a cork bark, fully planted.
That's
And
how I've done the cot scheme.
the end goal for that is dragon snakes, Xenodermis javanicus.
Nice.
So I massively underestimated the scope of what I was doing, and I was like, yeah, I'll have them by like December last year, and I was like, but I've got no food for them. So like, I've had to source my own food and set everything up. So I've got, like, I was supposed to go see Lee, I can't remember his surname, UK crested newt. He's got some captive bred common frogs, and he's got some orange morphs. They look incredible. So I was going to go get Steph. I am on camera. She
Hi,
forgot.
Steph.
To YouTube, the world.
Hi.
Somebody's gone a bit red. Yeah, so that's what's hopefully going to go in there. So we're going to import, I think we're going to import 5. I've spoke to Robert Mobeck over at Labakin about what to test them for, how often to test them, so on and so on. So yeah, that's a big project that we're working on just here. There it is. That's exciting. Is there any projects that you've got up your sleeve that you are working on or working towards?
Yeah. So we're thinking, I'm upgrading the vid for the Crebo, and I am also thinking about buying the opposite sex to it and having a breeding project on them as my first reptile breeding project. Between that or the Madagascar ground boa. The only thing that puts me off for the Madagascar ground boa was it being a CITES. We had a bit of hard work getting this certificate for this one, but now we've got it thanks to the fantastic community, i.e. Lisa, Keith up north, and then Jim Collins from Repta. If it weren't for them, I wouldn't have got the certificate. So again, thank you. So I'm thinking maybe that or the Crebo. Holly wants to have a go breeding the king snake. So that might also be an option. And then I also want to buy a emerald tree monitor, the Varidus Prassinus. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. I'd love to have one of them in my collection. And that would really complete us in terms of what we can have in this reptile room. So I don't want to go too mad and not be able to house everything adequately. But yeah, that's the plans in the future.
Yeah, sounds cool. One of the, we have got probably 5 or 6 empty vivs, and they've been empty for some time now, and we purposely haven't filled them because we want to move into smaller species of chameleons, dwarf chameleons. And I think once you get in your mind what do you want to work with and what you want to have, that impulse sort of buy doesn't tend to happen any near as much. You forget about it. And I think that, it's really good to hear that when people say, this is what I've got planned, this is what I want, and I'm going to go this way or that way and put all of my energy into it. It's really cool to hear that. And especially with species that you don't necessarily hear people working with. The Crebo and the ground boa is not species that you massively hear people working with. So.
No, absolutely not. And that's what attracted me to. So when I got the ground boa, I obviously knew of the doom rules. And I was like, well, I don't want the doom rules because more people have got them. And then I seen the ground boa and was talking to a friend and I was like, they're not common. And my friend was like, no, you won't often see them. So I jumped on it. And when I got it home, I took a picture of it and put it on the boa group. And I'm an admin on the boa group, so I managed to get it straight onto the page.
Yeah.
And then within like an hour, I had a message request off some other guy up in Pickering, and he was like, "Where did you get it from?" And I told him, and he was like, "Can I add you to a group? It's the UK group for the people that have got the Quantiphis madagascariensis. That's the binomial name for it." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And he added me to it. And I think at the time there was like 15 people in it, and they was all the ones that have the pairs in the UK. So there weren't many at all.
No.
And obviously, because I had a bit of a problem with the sighting certificate, I wasn't available to breed, but now I've got the sighting certificate, I could have a go at it if I want to. And I do think that would be a good option to have a go at. It'll be less dangerous because the king snake and the Crebo, they might eat each other. The ground boa might be the safer option, and I know they'll sell if I want when I come to selling, and they don't have a massive litter. So it's pretty safe.
King snakes aren't as scary as you think. The first pairing, you're bricking it. But reality is, as long as the female's fed well, you're not going to have much of an issue because the male won't be big enough to eat the female most of the time.
No, I watched a video of a guy talking in the US who's got the Drymark Corius and the Yellowtail Crebo, and he was saying that he's got this big 10-foot male, and he said it's beautiful, lovely, vibrant yellow tail, and he was like, I really want to breed it, but I put 3 females of it, and it bit a chunk out of one of the females' necks, and it's super well fed. And I was a bit like, wow. Well, I don't want to do that and end up with a dead snake.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah, so I'm a bit cautious about that, but I would love to say that I've bred something like that. It would be a good achievement. But I'm not, again, it's something to think about in the future. I'm not super like, I'm definitely going to breed. It's like, I would like to breed, but we'll see what happens.
Everyone thinks that to be a reptile, well, not everyone, I think this mentality is changing a lot, but people the mentality used to be a reptile keeper, you need to breed, but you don't anymore. I think there are far more reptile keepers now than there are breeders. I think the romantic vision of being a reptile keeper is slowly fading, and it's coming down to like people who really
breeder.
Yeah, breeder. The idea of a reptile breeder, that romantic vision's fading now, and it's.
I think the problem with it, and I personally think it's because the market's so massively saturated at the minute with so many different species, the common species, and I also think it's quite a scary time at the minute with what's going on with activists and trying to ban reptile keeping. So I think that puts people off a bit. But I always think when I think breeders, I think of people like who can breed anything. That's what I think of a breeder, someone who can put something together and magically make it happen. And I don't think that's everybody. And I don't know if I would be cut out for it. I know there's people that do breed, well, that can put anything together and make it breed. There is me, I'm a bit like, I'm very cautious and a bit anxious about putting two animals together. I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? Sort of thing. So, but maybe it's I've never done it. I've only bred tarantulas. I managed to breed the Squamata pubescens, which is the green bottle blue. And the male did get eaten, but I did get an egg sac out of it.
Yeah. Just running through the chats again so I don't miss any. Chris says, if you're ever in Scotland, give him a bell. Tables pulled out, plugging some. No, blah blah blah. Great question from Lisa. We've caught that. Just for the laugh, Lewis, why not make shorts from your full length videos? You can make shorts out of each individual reptile shop you visit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Just do streams, Ben. Talk about the mangroves. Mangroves are known to be finicky to get established. I think that's a big achievement to get them established. Talking about the snake that Critters then had fail on them. It's also so hard trying to explain to people why you're upset. Can look after a tarantula for over 20 years, but to everyone else, it's just a spider.
Yeah, that's because, again, that's quite a sad reality that people just go, it's just a spider. It's like, well, a dog's just a dog, a cat's just a cat, a snake's just a snake, and that's a car's just a car. It's what your attachment to it is.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very ignorant thing to say when people say that.
100%. England Ethan, bloody zoo in his house. Haha, wicked. I'm guessing that's to what I keep. CB Lisa, CB Outcast. Dream species for you all. If space and money was no issue, what would you have in real life scenario?
For me, I'd have multiple things. A Cuvier's dwarf caiman. I love them. The black dragon. So again, another ravenous genus. Because I love the ravenous genus. The monitors are phenomenal. And I think I'd like to have an anaconda as well. So there's a few. This is the problem.
Green or yellow? Green or yellow?
Yeah, if there's no money's no object and there's ultimate space, you can have a zoo, couldn't you? Essentially.
Yeah.
But if you had to riddle it down to one animal, if I could have one animal and keep it, I'm going to probably say a dry marcon. You know, I've really fell head over heels for the dry marcon genus.
Have you?
I agree with you there, but I want the Eastern to go.
The dry marcon Cooperia, is it?
I believe I'm so crap with the English half the time that Latin names can go do one.
Yeah.
I do not cope well with Latin names.
What about you, Andy?
Yeah, they asked. It would be the Eastern Indigo.
It would be.
Eastern Indigo.
Good choice.
Because they're just beautiful. But if it wasn't, space wasn't the issue, I'd set up big enough, and it's a very bold thing I'm saying, but a Cohammer 1.2. But that would need a sufficient space, time, energy, money.
I didn't, honestly, sorry to interrupt, I didn't realise how special the dry marcon genus is. Honestly, I'm so obsessed since I've got one. I wanted one anyway. I've always wanted one. But now I've got one, and I'm actually doing tests of it and trialing it with different things.
They are so clever.
Phenomenal. Did you see the puzzle video I did?
I watched a bit of it, but I had a child get involved and turn the TV off. My kids are good at that.
It was so fast and efficient with it. And I was just like, wow.
So I'd never really paid any mind to that side of the Clubrid family. And it wasn't until we had Bruce Saunders, and he was talking about them, and we've gone off and I've looked since then. And he mentioned the Mollendorfies, the 100-flower rat snakes. So that's definitely something I would like to sort of venture into. And that on that side of the Clubrids, for me, it's not a particular animal. There's no single animal that ticks the buckets. I love this idea, the paludariums. They are incredible. So there are there's probably 5 holy grail animals that any one of the above would scratch an itch for me. But it comes down to space. So one would be the caiman lizard. I think it incredible. And I was all for getting one of them until I seen an adult swim in a koi pond, and the kois looked tiny. And I'm like, I can't keep.
No,
one
they
of them.
get big. They get big.
I was like, I can't keep one of them. It was a stark reality. Like, no, Mac, we can't provide that. Then it would be the Shinosaurus. I love the Shinosaurus.
I know a guy selling some.
I know a guy selling some. He's down the road from me as well. Crocodile tegus. They are incredible. Absolutely. Yeah. Crocodilius
There's something coming in out there at the moment.
Apparently, to
House of Venom.
House of Venom, yeah. Or the earless monitor lizards, Borneo earless.
They have a very nasty bite, those earless monitors.
So it's not been proven either way, whether it is or not. It might be an anticoagulant, it might be a venom. There's not been enough study or research done on them to say one way or the other.
We need Professor Brian Fry on it for that, don't we? Have you read his book, Venom and Co?
No.
Very interesting read. He talks about how he's discovered that the Komodo dragon has got a venom. It's not bacteria, what people were saying prior to that. And he went like in battle against these American professors who was trying to say he was full of crack. And he was like, "We've done the studies. We've got the evidence." Very good read. I highly recommend it. He's a phenomenal, very clever, clued up guy. He's on the Pole to Pole with Will Smith. If you watch that. He does the episode 2 and episode 3.
Okay, I'll look it up.
Oh yeah, look into him. Honestly, he'll blow your mind. He's been bit 26 times, I think, by venomous animals.
That's just careless.
He's the leading venomous professor. He's like a professor for toxinology. It's from milking them and things like that, studying them. He's been caught.
Is he the one that injects himself with a venom?
No, it's not him. He's a bald-headed guy. He did the bug wars for a bit. I'll say I think he's not Australian, but I think he's like American/Norwegian, but he lives in Australia. He's very clued up. Honestly, check him out.
Yeah.
No, we'll do.
Yeah.
Chris at Hogs Exotic says, I'm going to butcher these Latin names. I even try them. So he says the keeled rat snake is the most intelligent species he's worked with. The Pitius carinatus.
The Pitius carinata.
Yeah, that one. He says that's the most intelligent species he's worked with. Natalie saying she wants capybaras and sugar gliders.
My wife wants it. Well,
I'm waiting for the face. I'm waiting for the face.
Yeah.
I accidentally called Nicola Natalie once, so now it's just stuck. So Nicola's Andy's wife, and apparently I called her Natalie once. So now every time I see her name pop up, it's Natalie.
Yeah. Bit like your Paul.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Paul Smith.
Hellfire Hog, sorry, says, what was the book called, Lewis?
It's called Brian Fry's Venom and Co. And it's a very good read. I think I've read it in like a week. It's a thick book, but I've read it. It's his life story. He talks about being bit by death adders.
Venom and Co.
Venom and Co, yeah.
I'm getting abused from across the room.
I lent it out, so I haven't got it to show you the cover.
He did it on purpose. Just keep listening.
Do you keep many insects?
Yes. So, arachnids. I've got 15 arachnids. Yeah, it's all arachnids. We did have mantises at one point, but they've all died off.
Yeah. So
that's a shame about mantises.
I am full on arachnophobe. I'm scared.
Are you actually?
Yeah, honestly. Max can give I did it on purpose, Isabel. Yeah, I am fully petrified. So we bought jumping spiders for me to get over my fear. And that's worked so far because they're just like little Disney characters, aren't they? So we've got 2 of them and we paired them for the first time as well. So that was a bit of a scare. The wife was like, she's
new fear unlocked.
It was a new fear unlocked. So then the wife bought 3 Balfouri slings.
Oh, cool.
And then I picked up a golden Chaco knee sling to try and get over.
The Grammostola genus, I always say, is the number one. The Grammostolas, absolutely love them. So
Yeah.
my raven, my Brazilian black, is a Grammostola pulchra.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm assuming you've both heard of a Chilean rose.
Yeah.
Grammostola rosea. They're the best genus, like the most beautiful. You can handle them. Well, obviously, there's a very, very big divide on handling, but you can handle them if you've got a decent personality one. And they're just stunning. The only downfall of them is the ears when they kick ears at you if they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not that I don't do spiders, and you can just see her there, Holly. So this is the female. She's getting nice and fat. She's been bred up, and one of our fully custom prints as well. But yeah, so that was that was something that we've tried. And yeah, just like when people say that I'm petrified of spiders and I've got jumping spiders, they're like, but that's worse. I'm like, no, they are like Disney characters of the spider world. So they are.
Yeah.
Pole to pole is very much
did
worth
them
it.
well.
It was what?
The internet with Lucas, the jumping spider.
The spider, yeah, 100%. 100%. Mikey says pole to pole is very much worth it. Holly says loves little jumpers. Hogs off now, take it easy. Or see like Chris. Ethan England, I like Mike. He gets me. Don't do jumpers. Don't do spiders.
Yeah, Ethan's it was a massive favourite as well.
Yeah, no, yeah. Do you know what? Like, I'm okay. Like, I've got 2 scorpions as well that I forgot about.
What scorpions you got?
Malaysian forest.
Oh, nice. That's the Heterometrus, is it Spinifer?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
So, they're only, what are the baby ones? Scorplings, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I just call them all babies.
Yeah. So
yeah, slings and scorplings, yeah.
So they are getting some size to them. Say some size, they are still finger size. But
they do take a while to grow.
Yeah, slow growers like that.
But it's probably doubled in size since not playing. No. Oops. Yeah, it's probably doubled in size since we got them. Just pick it up again. There we go.
Oh yeah.
So, but it's still it's still tiny.
Yeah,
but
so
it's perfectly fine picking them up. I've
had a Spinifer, and we had this one. This one died, so we put it framed. So that's how big it'll grow.
Yeah.
About that big. So we used to handle this all the time. Have you ever seen them under black light?
Yeah, so I haven't got
they
a black.
really well. They're fantastic.
Yeah, phenomenal.
So yeah, it's there we go. Calm down now. So yeah, I can pick these up fine. I can handle these. And these are probably going to do more harm to me because I'm allergic to all kinds of silly venom. So I'm allergic to bee stings. I'm allergic to hognose bites. So this will probably do more damage to me than what a spider will. But I'm petrified.
Mechanical damage. The mechanical damage potentially would do more, I think.
Yeah, so the actual physical bite, 100%. But like when I got bit by a hognose, when I got bit by a hognose, it was a baby. And it bit me on the knuckle, and my whole hand swelled up. Because, like, I'm just soft, is the best way to describe it. So, yeah. But, no, yeah, spiders, not for me.
Has to be.
But, yeah, spiders, not for me. Not at all. So, hats off to you. How many spiders have you got?
15, I think. About 15.
No, not for me.
And when reality is, that's not that big a number for spider keepers.
No,
well, we had more.
Far from.
So we started off with tarantulas before reptiles, and I think at one stage we were sat on about 30, and we decided, this is a bit much really. We don't need this many tarantulas, so we downsized rapidly, and we've just started to creep up a bit again. Ollie bought me a mystery box on my birthday, and I got a few tarantulas in that, so it kind of threw us back up a bit.
Well, Matt's going to be looking forward to next week anyway. We've got Arachnospace next week.
Oh, right, yeah, there you go.
We have got Arachnospace next week, yeah. I don't know how I'm going to manage it, because that is literally a full episode on tarantulas. I think
it'll be time. That'd be good.
Yeah, I'm looking really forward to it, to be honest, because as much as I am petrified of them, like all of the animals that fall into. Oh, there you go, Andy. Harry J. Scolio wants to captive breed blue death feigning beetles.
Yeah, I'm already on it. I'm already working on it. I can agree with Harry on that one. They are cool.
Yeah. So as much as spiders scared the life out of me, I am looking forward to it because they do intrigue me. And when the wife was on about getting them, I couldn't stop watching. So I must have watched. What's the guy called? Dave's Creepy Room or something.
Oh yeah, Dave's Little Beasties.
Dave's Little Beasties, yeah. I couldn't stop watching him. I must have watched all of his videos.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable of his transfers.
Yeah, Holly. We like beetles, but it's a lot of work and time getting into them.
To be fair, my blue death faders, they live in the tub. They get their food refreshed maybe once or twice a week. And I leave them the fuck alone. Because I want to get them breeding. I've got 6 of them. I've not sexed them because I've really not got that great eyesight for that. But the thing with blue death fading beetles, and a lot of the beetles of that type, and this is something I read up and spoke to people about, is when they're pulled as a pair together, they tend to be male and female because they couple up, which I found quite interesting. Yeah. I was talking to them up at the spider shop about it, because that's where 5 of them, well, all 6 of them eventually came from.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so hopefully I can get some going. I'm going to go through the substrate probably next week and see if I've got any Morios. And if I've got any of the worms going, keep an eye on them, because once they start to pupate, you've got to remove them, put them into dry tubs individually, and leave them at 36 degrees in the incubator until they go through the full pupation without substrate. And you've got an 8 out of 10 chance of them going through to beetle stage that way.
Awesome.
Nice.
I did a bit of homework.
B Exotics has said, would you rather handle a 17-foot retec or hold a spider? Snake all day long. I'd hold a crocodile.
Both.
I'd cuddle a Komodo.
Yeah, I'd go with either.
Yeah, don't bother me.
Honestly, no, wouldn't do it. Yes, Nicola, I'm allergic to hogs. Blue Dane, blue. So back to beetles, Holly. I have this growing up.
Right, why are you talking to I'm just going to run to the toilets. I'm busting for a wee.
Yeah, no worries. So this is a African Goliath flower grub. So at the minute, it's about the size of my hand, and I'm hoping that we can get it through to the pupate stage, and then the beetle is the size of my fist. So I'm super looking forward to that. But it's the first one I've ever tried, so I'm not holding out much hope. And Steph is looking at me with disgust because I've just held. So when we take this, Steph, can you just stand that light up so it points upwards? When we take this to scouts and cubs and stuff, I introduce this as chicken. I introduce that as chicken because when you watch The Lion King, Matt, could you turn his camera off? Matt, can you turn his camera off? Lol, it's confused him. Oh, confuse Lewis by turning his camera off. No, I can't. Only he could do that. But yeah, so we introduced that as chicken because when you watch The Lion King, Timon and Simba say, slimy yet satisfying, tastes like chicken. And all the kids seem to love that joke.
I needed that.
Yeah,
so like, I've got a whole roast chicken next to me at the moment.
So
that's on range.
The grub was definitely an impulse buy because I seen a taxidermy flower beetle and I was like, oh my god, that's great. So it was definitely an impulse buy and not the cheapest impulse buy either because I didn't realise with keeping it in flake soil and I constantly have to eat the soil as well as the koi pellets that we put in. So you have to keep refreshing it. And it's not the cheapest substrate in the world is flake soil. So it's
No,
like,
it's hard to come by as well, isn't it?
say again.
It's hard to come by as well. I remember someone having to make their own.
Yeah.
Spider shop.
So-
Spider shop do it in bulk.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
no.
I buy the 5 kilo bags, but like they come up to the good thing is, like, I don't know if it's all beetles or it's just how mine works, but they will do the toilet at the top. So then there's like, I know when I need to then replace the substrate, which is quite cool. But
There is
yeah,
one way round flakes soil. Leaf humus. So you go out and collect from round trees and knock away the top layer of the leaves where they're starting to rot underneath. A lot of beetles will live off that leaf humus.
Yeah.
And grubs. So that is an option to try with it if it ever gets to that point, to mix that with it.
yeah. Well, in Africa, they live in the acacia trees, don't they? And they eat the decaying wood from the acacia trees rather than the leaf litter. But I don't know if you've noticed, we don't have an abundance of acacia trees rotting around us.
No, we don't.
Well, you're failing. You're setting up that paludarium for your dragon stage. You should be setting up your acacia trees for your grubs.
Yeah. Clan of Critters doesn't need to be pure flake soil. I use a mix of flake soil, topsoil, leaflet, and broken up mushroom pulp blocks. Clan of Critters, I might be sliding into your DMs later for a bit of advice there, my friend. Might be sliding into your DMs for a bit of advice there, because we've been weighing it and it doesn't seem to be putting weight on. So I could definitely do with some advice. And he's not in the biggest of enclosures, as it's probably a 2 litre tub, so it's not massively big for him. If you could keep any insect or any invert, sorry, what would it be? What's the one that's sort of evaded you?
Mantises.
Yeah.
I really like mantises. It's just the lifespan's not good, is it? They live like a year, just over a year. And we've had loads of that. Like I say, you don't get long enough out of them. But I love mantises.
The bigger species tend to do better in terms of life.
Yeah.
So I really like the Darth Vader mantis, and I've literally found one. I've literally found one breeder in the UK breeding them, so I'm hoping that I'm going to get some off him when's the thing made. But that was what we brought back from Germany. So we went to Ham, and I picked up a 1.1 Darth Vader. They're tiny.
Yeah.
But if we're successful with them, I'll send you a couple of Darth Vader mantis.
Yeah, I like the we had the ones that always do the well. Like I said, the biggest ones. The giant Asian mantis. I'm not going to try the Latin names. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I know which ones you mean. Yeah.
We've had multiple of them, and they've always done well. And then we had one. Ollie might correct me on this on the comments, but it was like a devil's mantis or something, and that one got fairly big, and that was probably the most beautiful in terms of aesthetics. But I've not come across any of them anymore. I can't remember what it was. It was like a devil's one.
Not sure. But
I've done a few mantis, and I've had a lot of them just go on that L9 to L10 molt, which is a soul destroyed.
Yeah. But yeah, mantises are cool. I do love mantises, but I've always got an affinity for arachnids. I love the scorpions. I love the tarantulas. It seems to be something I just like to have.
Yeah, see, that's where I am with the mantises. That they take virtually no care. We've got one enclosure that we have for a mantis. It's actually got baby tokays in it at the moment because these are only little, but they are they're just something that I just like to have in the background, and it's just because they're so cool. Like, how lucky are we as a species that mantises aren't the size of cats? Because if a mantis was the size of a cat, we would not be the top species on this planet.
They're the phenomenal predators. They're phenomenal.
They really are.
I love mantises.
I'm not sure. My Insta is just under the same name. I'll have a look, Clan of Critters, and then I'll drop you a follow and I'll drop you a message later if you don't mind me. England Ethan, do you have a black pastel leopard royal python? I do not have a black pastel leopard royal python, unfortunately. Or fortunately, don't know whichever way you want to take that. I'm definitely following you, so she should be able to find me. I should be following you then, especially if you're Scottish. I mean, that's just ridiculous if I'm not.
Loser.
Yeah, I know. Right, let me have a look at my notes, and because although we may not have stuck to the notes, we've definitely touched on everything. So I have a group of notes, and it's just talking points, you know, so that we don't get this awkward silence where like, what do we talk about?
Yeah.
You can't stick to it because the conversation goes in so many different ways and flows in
It just
different ways.
naturally falls, doesn't it, into wherever it goes.
Andy, do you remember what the video with the mantis in the nipple?
Yes, I do. Yes, I definitely remember that video. That was mad. It was, I'm in a couple of questionable WhatsApp groups. I think everyone is. But a video did the rounds of a woman with her breast out and a mantis chowing down on the nipple.
Oh. Sounds exotic.
This was before, and we're talking sort of 5-6 years ago, maybe longer, before AI was as prevalent as it is now.
Yeah.
So this was not an AI video. It was weird. Now everyone's going to be on Google search. Our view account's just gone from whatever it was to 0, whilst everyone goes and looks for that video.
One of the subjects I've got is the human side of reptile keeping. So it's something your channel does well is showing the people behind the collections. So we've already spoke about this, that you and Holly do a really good job of engaging. You do a really good job of getting people involved, on talking to people. And we've already discussed about the building a community and stuff. And I think people don't realise that as much as this is still quite a small niche in the world of UK pets, it is actually quite a big community as well. One of the things that I've found though, and this was one of mine and Andy's goals, was to sort of bridge gaps between those communities. So how are you finding, one, your small niche community, and two, the wider reptile community? Have you come across any hurdles or bridges that you need to jump or fill?
Yes, I feel like I need to hit on the ball pythons and, like, say, the chameleons and the hognoses side of things a bit more, because I don't know much about any of those three. I said we've got the one ball python that is my friend's ball python, which I'm babysitting basically, and that's the only care I've ever given one. So when people talk like the lingo in terms of morphs, I ain't got a clue. So it's never anything I've ever done. And it's similar thing with hognoses and the chameleons. I think people, it's like its own specialist thing almost.
For hognoses and royals, you've got me and Mac. I breed hognoses and Mac breeds royals.
Yeah, there you go. So
you can touch on that with us.
You start telling me what morphs you've got and everything, I'm like, all I know is that the one I've got in here, it's not mine, is an Enchi clown. And I know that I like the blue-eyed Lucy. That's the only two. That's all I know.
Blue-eyed Lucies are so overrated. I've got black-eyed Lucy.
Just going to interrupt you there. Lisa's having to bow out. She's heading to Liverpool at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she's got to be back up the road on the same day. Lisa, thanks for taking the time tonight and coming in, and thanks for some superb questions.
Cheers, Lisa.
I said to her, don't jump on if you're too tired, because I know she's getting up early, but she's such a trooper. Thank you ever so much for jumping on, Lisa. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Safe journey, Lisa.
For everyone in the chat, we have got Lisa coming on next month or the month
17th of April. She's the 17th of April.
17th of April.
I'm booked into June at the moment.
Can you stop?
No, because otherwise we'll fall behind.
I don't think we're going to fall behind, Andy. All right, speak to you soon, Lisa. Take care. Safe journeys tomorrow. Safe journeys, most importantly.
Don't forget to come to Grimsby.
Don't forget to swing by. It's not even on the same side, Lewis.
No, it's the opposite side.
It's not even on the same side. Holly said they had the spiny flowered devil mantis. Very cool.
Yeah, that was it. And that was my favourite one. I loved it.
Yeah.
All right, at least 17th of April, sorry.
17th of
I think
April.
it was a 7th, isn't it?
Cool. Harry's asked, what do we think about scolopendras?
He's going to make a really good video.
5 words. Scare the shit out of me. 6 words.
And I
It's going to be
agree
a
with what-
really good video coming up very soon on Lewis's channel involving them.
I don't like scalopendras, but I do like them. It's a love-hate thing. They freak me out. They've got too many legs and they've got horrible pincers. But they are fascinating and they look the part. And I do need to get over my fear room a little bit. I think it's a bit of a fear. So I said, if we clear 1,500 subscribers, which we have done, and once we get to the point of monetization, which we're quite far away from that yet, I will consider getting one and handling it. But then I realised that they've killed people.
Yeah, these aren't like these aren't like animals to be messed with.
Yeah, so the Scalopendra dehani, from as far as I'm aware, it basically covers a massive range of centipedes. They're just basically gone, that one from Asia, we'll call it a Scalopendra dehani. That one from Thailand, we'll call it a Scalopendra dehani. They haven't done proper research into them all yet, so they'll probably find later on that they're all different species entirely, different genuses. So yeah, I don't know what I'll be messing with, but I might just get a small one and handle that.
No, they scare the shit out of me. More than spiders.
Yeah, I do want one though. I would like to have one.
I like them, but I don't know if I could own one.
You see the video?
I want one.
You see the video Nerd did on how they sort of put them to sleep?
I see the video of Kevin handling that mint leg one, and that's one I'd like, but they're super expensive.
No, they literally starve them of oxygen, and they starve them of oxygen. They flush it with CO2, and it just goes to sleep.
Isn't that how they do? That's what they to tarantulas as well, isn't it? To milk them.
And they come back.
Yeah.
They come back.
They come back raging.
Yeah.
And it's the way they can literally come right back on now.
Yeah, so they actually cover this on that pole to pole with Will Smith. So they find a tarantula, and that Brian and Fry, again, because of the venom guy, it milks them to test the venom for like properties, what they could use for other things, for human stuff. And they gas it out, and then he said you have about 5 or 6 minutes before it will come back round. And then what they do is they put some milliamps into its gland where the fang is, and they'll milk it. They'll put a certain amount of milliamps into it, which would recreate obviously the nervous system of the tarantula, and then it'll envenomate into the vial, and it'll be like, that's how they get it. And it's like, so they knock the tarantula out, and then it comes back round, and they come back round and they're nasty because obviously they've just been messed with.
Yeah, no. Planet Critters think it's Dehani's gravid, so if the eggs come through, I'll pop a couple through your letterbox. No, keep them.
How much? I'll take one.
No, fucking keep them.
No. Oh no, I was watching. What was it? There's Venom Diaries that Bill Collett from Australian Zoo's now doing.
Yeah, it's good.
They were doing the milking of the wandering spider. Oh, not wandering. The
Sydney funnel web. Yeah.
And they actually they just aggravate them until it starts dripping off the fangs and use a pipette.
What was it? I think she said that last, is it Emily or something?
Yeah.
I think she said that it's 60 or 70 tarantulas, 60 or 70 funnel webs to get one anti-venom.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
It's like one drop of what they milked would kill a person.
Yeah. So I think, as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong with this, but I'm sure I read somewhere that the Brazilian wandering spider is the most deadly, but because it's in the Amazon and not as many people come across it, it's obviously hasn't collected as much of a record of kills. But the Sydney funnel webs, with being where it is, it's so common to come across it. But the Brazilian wandering spider is the one that gives you an erection before you die.
Well, what way to go?
If you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, I have. I've heard that one. Yeah, I just don't want to get bitten by the Brazilian wandering. Because
I don't want to get bitten. I don't particularly want to get bitten by any insect.
And I've got a feeling it was something like a 20-minute kill cycle of that venom. I watched something on Facebook and it was like the top X amount of venomous animals and how quick they'll knock you out. And the cobra was like 24 minutes. King Cobra was like 24 minutes. Blue ring octopus was like 3 or 4 minutes.
And I think it's down to it's down to how fast you react as well. So obviously, if you had 10 people be bit, all the same size and sort of thing, and those 10 people will react differently. So, for example, if me, you, and Mac got bit, if I'm like panicking because I'm scared, it's pumping the blood down, it's pumping the venom around my body faster. So it'll probably it will respond to me faster. Whereas if Andy's like not bothered, like, yeah, whatever, I'll wait until the ambulance gets here, he might be all right. And then if Mac's like a little bit panicky, you never know. So it depends on each individual person.
Oh, I'm dead instantly, honestly. Like,
Yeah, me too.
He walks around the corner and sees it and he's dead.
honestly, like, if I can find the pictures of my finger when I got bit, I got bit here, and this was like the size of Hellboy's fucking strong hand, honestly. And it wasn't even like an aggressive bite. I wasn't watching what I was doing. No, it was my thumb she got me because I opened the tub like that, and she just went, "Oh, food on," and it was just, but like rather than doing the responsible thing like getting off straight away, I phoned my mates and I was like, "Look at this idiot," and then
yeah, absolutely,
she just choked on me.
I've got a lot of love for epiphyglyphia snakes. I think they're cool. Red fang venomous snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're cool. Like I say, I've got the mangroves, and if you had the space, I'd have a folksy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Mangrove snakes. I think if I ever do get into keeping a mangrove, it would have to be the Cyanias, the greens.
Oh yes,
or
Cyanias
the
are stunning, aren't they?
Or the Luzons. I think they're incredible.
Yes, the divergence, the Boega divergence.
Yeah, absolutely incredible looking animals. But again, it's because I know people with them. I can go visit them and see them, so it's not something I'm in a rush to get. I've got a friend, Michael, who lives really close to me, and he's got a completely different collection. So we have our royals, but then he has a completely different collection. So a lot of his animals are heat-seeking lizards.
Yeah.
So he's got a Pilbara. He's got some Cenosaurus. He's just picked up some Mexican alligator lizards, what they're called. The
yeah, I know about
Abronias.
Yeah.
Abronias. And what else has he got? He's
those Pilbaras. I like those Pilbaras. They're cool.
Very cool. Like, you're talking just a little bit bigger than an iPhone. Do you know what I mean? So the Glennies are smaller than that. The Pygmy Mulga monitors, they're about that size. But then the Pilbara's tiny little bit bigger. But they are just like, and this is what, like you said that you love the Varanus species. What I love about them, it doesn't matter whether it's a Pygmy Mulga or a Komodo. They're the exact same body language. They're the exact same movement. That they treat the prey the same. They're incredible, absolutely incredible. And again, it doesn't matter, you know, whether it's a species from Australia, a species from Indonesia. They all act the exact same way. It's just whether they're on the ground or up a tree.
You just reminded me, actually, when I was going back to what Lisa asked about the lists, I forgot the Parenti, the Ravenous Parenti from Australia. That is absolutely gorgeous. It is bloody gorgeous, as they say on North Britain. Absolutely gorgeous.
So when I first come across the trees, I was like, I want a Macarai, I want a blue, 100% all day long. But then, there was another one, I can't remember what it was, and it's more like a teal colour. I can never remember the fucking name of it. So it's not the yellow, it's not the green, and it's really doing my head in now.
Not yellow, not green. So you've got I remember the Ravenous Pravinus, which is Prasinus, which is the emerald tree, the green. Then I can't remember the names of them.
You've got the yellow-tailed.
No, it's not the yellow-tail.
You've got the blue, the green, the yellow, the black.
Help us out, team. Help us out, team.
Anyone on here can answer it?
So you've got blue tail, yellow tail, blue, green, black, yellow. This is where we need Lisa, and she's done us while going out.
Yeah, she would tell us.
She left us. She'd have been on there straight away with it. Whilst we try and work this out, BH Exotics asks, King Cobra or Rattlesnake, which one would you rather? for all
King
of us.
Cobra.
So
I'd fade
King
it,
Cobra all day
so-
long.
rattler, I'd love a rattler.
King Cobra.
I'll
all
buy
day long.
the rattler.
So I've had the opportunity to handle a Western rattlesnake, so the Crotalus atrox, and I've obviously had the opportunity to handle a king cobra. Now I can't remember which of the 4 species of king cobra it was, but the king cobra all day long. So much more inquisitive, it's more fun. A rattlesnake, I feel like it just rattles its tail and you just pick it up and move it with 2 hooks. And that's about as fun as it gets. But with a king cobra, there's just so much more going on.
The problem I've got with king cobras, and this is my personal problem, is everyone wants one. Everyone is showcasing one. They get so much exposure because they are the king of snakes. Well, reality is, some of the more interesting stuff, there are so many species of rattler that people say I'd like a rattlesnake, they're not saying whether they want a Timberland, a Western, an Eastern, or anything like that. They're just saying rattlesnake. And there's so many species that when you actually look into it, there's like you've got the pygmy species of rattlesnakes as well.
I would say pygmy species are awesome. Yeah, I like the pygmy species of rattlesnake.
And that's what draws me to them more, is because if you turn around and say I've got a rattlesnake, people go, oh, let's see. When someone goes, I've got king cobra, like, and the last 10 YouTubers I watched.
Yeah. Now, if you said, would you rather a viper or an elapid, then it's a different question altogether.
Yeah, I'd like a viper over an elapid personally, but I do want Western green mamba. But there's a story to why I want one of those.
The Dendroaspis rividus. That's my favourite mamba with Western green.
I tell you what, when I went to Ham in December, that venom room was something else.
We plan on going to Ham. It's something we want to do.
Honestly, it was something else. So we're going back to Ham in December, and I'm going with my friends Sam and Wayne, and Steph.
Sorry, Matt, just out of curiosity, buddy, how much does it cost to get there and back, and how much is it to get in?
No word of a lie, I went with 2 of my mates, and excluding food, it was 330 quid each.
Oh, fuck, that's not bad, is it?
And that was an Airbnb, that was a hotel, that was shuttle tickets, that was fuel there and show entry. It cost us about just under £1,000 for the 3 of us for 2 nights.
That's awesome. That's not bad.
Yeah, so we're going to do it again this December. So I'm going with some friends. So we're going to look to see if we can get an Airbnb for 2 families. So my friend Wayne and his wife Sam, myself and Steph, and we're going to take the little in as well. So Archie will be 9 come December, and we're gonna last December just gone. We drove to Belgium because I went to meet the guy I work for. But this time we're going to drive straight to Ham, so we're going to have 2 days in Ham as well, and we're going to stay in Ham. But they had the Christmas market there, and the Christmas market, it was ace. It was just they've got. I
haven't heard about the Christmas market there.
They've got the church in the centre, and the Christmas market just goes all the way around the church. Honestly, like it's such an experience, not just doing the show, but then seeing that side of it as well. So it was really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like December driving, we left here at 2:15 Friday morning. We were in Antwerp for like 11 o'clock.
Awesome. Yeah, something I really want to do.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it was overly expensive either. Being over there, there's obviously some culture shocks. Like when you stop at a service station, it's not like a service station here. Their services are like the petrol stations in a services, and you have to pay 99 cents to use the toilet.
Yeah.
So and then milk. For goodness sake, take your own milk. You can't get fresh milk over there. It was UHT stuff. Weird. Anyway, so the Varanus I was talking about was the Cordensis, the Biac tree monitor.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really
See,
beautiful.
it's mad, isn't it? When you say it, everyone goes, ah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I seen one, I was like, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And then I seen a shipment from Cold Blooded Canada, or Canadian Cold Blooded, from Brandon, and he had one in there, and it just blew my socks off. Like, from, I don't know whether the first one I seen was wild caught or captive farmed or bred or whatever, but when I seen a true captive bred Cordensis, I was like, wow. It was the best of a blue, a green, and a yellow. It had these incredible turquoise colours coming through. It was just like the tip of the tail was almost this colour. It was just, it was stunning.
Something else.
Yeah, it was. And for so, like, I wanted the blue because their Latin name is Macarai.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta have a Mac, can I? Of course I have. But then when I seen the Cordensis, I was like, that's it. So if I ever do venture into a Varanus species, it would 100% be a Cordensis. So it would.
But you won't be using the group on RSUK.
That's some group. That's some group.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Don't mention vultures, for goodness sake.
Jesus.
Ethan, he was saying he's thinking about getting a royal. If you want to look for a royal, feel free. Like, I'm no hard sell. I've got nothing for sets to sell, so I can't sell you anything. But I can point you in the names of some good breeders, or point you in the names of some good animals. If you are looking, by all means, Max Morphs, or even through the M.A.D Exotics page, and I can give you some advice if you're looking for some advice. So we can.
I'm going to just quickly hop on a comment there. UK should have more CB. The problem with the captive bred market is it only supplies to what people want. So when animals not in favour, it's not going to be captive bred. And it's not financially viable for a lot of people to captive breed those animals. And unfortunately, with anyone breeding who's not doing it as just purely, I love these animals, I'm going to try and breed, I don't know, my pair of royals for the first time, who don't really know what they're walking into, people aren't going to go and take a plunge on something that is declining because it's not worth it for them. And
Absolutely.
we do need more captive bred species, and we need a variety of species that aren't here at the moment, but it's getting those species here to then start captive breeding them to get people interested in the first place. And unfortunately, unless we get more influencers, so to speak, on the UK reptile scene, we're never going to grow that over here. Because America, they're flooded with them. Everywhere you look, there is one or another and another and another. And there are some really good big tier ones and not so great some lower tier ones. But there are people who are working with the interesting stuff that just don't shine through because Snake Discovery, I'll use them as an example, they work with some fantastic species. And they do mention species that you don't hear about regularly, but they're not a regular part of their videos. So that's why everyone goes, oh, I want a hog nose, because that's what they predominantly work with, or a bull snake. Whereas, like with Brian Barchett, when he was doing it, everyone wanted the Royal Python because that was the bulk of his content when he started. And until these content creators, and yeah, that does include us three here now somehow, God knows how that's happened, start showing off the more oddball species, they're never going to take off. So rough green snakes, smooth green snakes, decay brown snakes, snail eaters, slug eaters, the ones that don't work with rodents that might get people who are put off by feeding rodents aren't popular because no one knows about them.
Yeah. There you go. Absolutely. That's wise ways, Andy. Absolutely.
The one of the groups that I absolutely adore, and I don't know if it's because it's not a group that I don't keep a massive eye on. Like, I'll take part in some conversations, not all, is the UK, the European species. And one of the things that I would definitely like to get involved with is having some kind of outdoor enclosure, and some of these enclosures are incredible. So if you don't follow Sheppy on it, he posted a video on Instagram earlier, and like it's incredible. Some of this stuff. I'm just looking through the group now to see if I can share.
He's in Wales. He's in like Pembroke side of Wales. Because I've got two snakes that came from him actually.
Yeah.
Quickly, just before we go on, whilst you look for that, Cloud of Critters, the American CB retakes are incredible, but also look up South Down Aquatics, because that's what he started with. Richard over there started with retakes, and he's very worth looking at what he's working with and talking to for what's available in the UK. His is sort of prime of the prime. Any luck back?
I've got the group. I'm just trying to find. You always get the question. You always get the comment like, "Can someone show me their outdoor enclosure?" And some of these are mad. In fact, you know, Exotics Keeper. He did an interview with Rob, and here look at this. So this is a captive bred outdoor UK animal. Let me just add. What a mess. What a mess.
Broke it.
What a mess. Give me a sec. Window capture. Okay. Look at this.
That is a fantastic animal.
That's captive bred. That's captive bred here in the UK, outdoors.
Wow.
How many people know about them? How many people know of these?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Realistically.
You know,
this is the stuff that needs to be getting more association to it.
Yeah. You know, these are all outdoor animals, and they're just, it's so different to how, like, and there's nothing wrong with how we keep the animals. But it's massively different. You know, these are ideas these are what people are going through to make enclosures.
Yeah.
You know,
and you can pick them up for 20 quid a throw.
Yeah.
20 quid a throw, you can get them.
Yeah. Now look at this. Somebody's greenhouse. It's just, who wouldn't be proud of that?
I mean, the brickwork could do with a little bit of a touch up, but the enclosure's sound.
I love your criticism there, Andy.
You've got
to put a little bit in.
Honestly, like, because obviously it's on my computer, so I haven't got all the photos from when they shared them. But like that one that I posted of Rob's breeding is incredible.
Absolutely.
You know, and
like I say, you're absolutely right. We do need to diversify more in what we keep, and this is what, like Holly's just mentioned in the comment, and it's what we always say. There's no such thing as a start a snake or start a reptile. If you don't know what you want, then why do you want a reptile?
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
And if you do your research, do your training, you could start with a venomous. Realistically,
if you do research, you can have any reptiles to start an animal because you know that you know what you want. So it's like you won't go and buy a cat and think you treat it like a dog, would you? Because you know the difference. So if you want a
cat,
and probably a bad one, but you know what I mean. It's like if you want an emerald tree boa, yes, the temperatures have to be nearly dialed in perfectly and all the rest of it. But it's what you want. It's this animal you want. What's the point in buying a corn snake or a ball python? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I started with, our first snake was a corn snake, which we took on from someone else. My second snake was a ball python. My third snake was a hognose, and I went for a green tree python.
Yeah. It's crazy. I just think it's mad.
Yeah.
Like, you always get the same questions. What's a good starter snake? What's a good starter lizard? It's like there's more to life than keeping the generic stuff. And this is why there's a massive issue with rehomed animals, because people get them and they'll go, get bored of this now, I want to get to the next one, I want to get the next step up. It's like, well, why don't you get the next step up anyway?
It's one of the biggest issues royal python keepers and breeders have, because they aren't getting that dopamine fix of seeing their animals. And I've fallen foul to this at the start, where I get a new animal and that dopamine fix is there for Ace. It is Hellfire Hogs, Dave, Snakes Plus Share. Dave Sharp's videos are incredible. He's got community outside, Russian rats, and I can't remember what he keeps. It might be bull snakes that he keeps them. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. But he's brought in some sand lizards as well. So he got them shipped from Scotland. So that's Snakes Plus on YouTube. And
yeah, I've watched his channel.
Yeah, really, really good, really knowledgeable British keeper.
I think
really
I'm not
good.
certain, but I think my Crebo's from him.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. So I don't know, because he has given Crebos, or was it Indigos, 3 shots, and he didn't get on very well with them. So he's recently done a video.
I know those yellowtails, and when I was at M.A.D Exotics, I said, who bred them? And they went Dave, but there's a multiple Dave. But I have also heard it could be Dave down at Rainforest Exotics as well.
Okay. So
Dave's a pretty common name.
Yeah. But I assumed it was Dave Sharp, because I remember watching a video of him trying to pair his yellowtails up, and I thought, oh, the video falls around about the same time. So
yeah. But yeah, he I forgot where I was going now.
Sorry.
Ball python breeders, they get a new snake and it's amazing, or they hatch these babies and it's amazing, and then it's like, yeah, and then they don't see that animal, like, and that's why I love the lizards, the diurnal lizards, and that's why I love my tokays, because like they're there, you see them and you interact with them, and if you are a single species keeper, especially something like royals, you just don't see them. And I definitely fell foul to that at the start, 100%.
My painted llamas are literally if you're not giving them attention, they're making sure you're paying attention. They will jump at the glass, they will scratch it, they will do all of that, just because you've not looked at them for 10 minutes.
Yeah. I say I love animals that you can interact with, and I say since getting this Crebo, it's put all my other snakes to shame in a way. Like, yeah, I still love all my other snakes, but this girl is just on another level. I come in the room, she sticks her head out the hide, she stares at me, she watches me as I go around, and then if I'm feeding her, if I let her get food out, she picks it up pretty quick and she comes out. I don't know if you've seen the video, but she just comes out. And then when I'm handling her, as soon as she's in my hand, she's absolutely spot on. She's so intelligent. I really recommend a dry mark on to both of you guys. Anybody.
Yeah, so my friend Chris, he's got
I've got the spice.
He's got an indigo. And when I see it, I'm just like, yeah, really good.
So intelligent.
I think for me, rather than the dry markons, it would be the Mollendorffi, the 100 flower rat snake. And that's just from speaking to someone. Like, Bruce was really, really
passionate about it.
Yeah, you could see.
Yeah. I'm knowledgeable as well.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
So
we will get him back as well with his missus at some point.
We will. So just to finish off, a couple of questions. So someone asked this earlier on in the chat, and I didn't want to ask it because I knew it was coming towards the end. Where do you see yourself and Holly in 12 months?
Oh, good question. So we're getting to that stage now where we didn't expect it to, because it's just a hobby for us. And we're getting to that stage now where we're getting closer and closer to monetization. So we'll probably end up turning Reptile Cribs UK into a little mini business sort of thing. Obviously that'll be run mainly by Holly, because obviously I work full time as well, but it'll be a two-way thing. Just keep growing, building a community, keeping our cool animals, constantly upgrading our husbandry, our vivs, trying to give them as best we can, keeping up to date with things, meeting new people, and just helping people love exotic animals rather than going, snake, spider. Me and Ollie's goal is to make people appreciate what they are, how important they are to the ecosystem, how beautiful the diversity is. And that's our mission. And we do see ourselves building up rapidly. And so hopefully in another 12 months, we might be at double the amount of subscribers, bigger community. Along with you guys will probably be a lot bigger, and we're doing what that means. We're doing well. We're reaching more people, and that's what we want to do.
I agree.
So
My answer would have been the Maldives.
Dan got money for the Maldives.
Chaz at Snakes and Adders, he's a massive advocate for what we're doing, and he says the UK needs more to bring in the newer generation, because it's great that we have all these miniature ecosystems where people are speaking to people they know and doing this and doing that, but life is so different now. You don't go to the pub anymore. But, you know, we can't. Yeah, so like I've just got into my darts, and we do darts at home over the internet, camera, the lot, weird. But you know, that was something you did down the pub. The world is such a different place, and he says we are missing a massive gap. There is a massive gap in the market for this type of content, where people are connecting with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't speak highly enough of Chaz. Like, I've been in his shop numerous times. I know the guy. I see him as a friend. He is a great person, super knowledgeable. Like, there's not many people that can match his knowledge. There's not many people. He's got the work ethic that he's got for what he does for Reptile and what have you. And I remember when I was doing the mini-series and I did Snakes and Adders, I said to him, "Can I do your shop?" And he went, "Yeah, sure." And I was watching him because it was a busy day for him. And I was watching him work. And when the kids come in, the way he is with kids and the way he like pushes on correct keeping, he prints them out a certificate and he gets a photo and he goes, "This is your snake, you're going to look after it. This is your lizard, you're going to look after it. Mum and Dad are there to guide you, but it's your responsibility." And just the way he is. And like, I've got so much time for the guy. Like, I can't say a bad word about Chaz. He's just the guy. He's the legend.
Yeah.
And we need more people like him. We need more people that will fight for the hobby, more people that aren't scared to say, "Look, you haven't got the right setup. Clear them off and get the right setup because I'm not selling you." I know that is becoming a massive thing now. People are doing it. But like I say, he is the guy. Chaz is the man.
Yeah.
And the fact that you guys have got him as a sponsor as well, hats off to you.
We've had a lot of chats with Chaz, both personally, each one of us, and together as a duo, and he appreciates that it's a positive thing for the hobby. So it's got nothing to do, like, it has to do with me and Andy, but it's not because of the positivity it brings for the hobby, connecting people, uniting people. And I think one of the biggest turning points for us was when we had Jordan on, and we didn't give a shop a bashing. We appreciated the shop. We had a good conversation.
Absolutely. Jordan is a phenomenal guy as well. So I went to his shop as a recommendation from numerous shops. They went, "Check out Peculiar Pets in Ekman Wyke." I was like, "Okay, it's a bit far afield, but we'll do it." And I didn't know at the time that he was like Chaz's trainee at one point years ago. I didn't know.
Yeah, he's little Chaz.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to stop us talking about Chaz because at some point he's going to go at all three of us for picking him up too much because he hates it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. So I got to Peculiar Pets, and I walked in and everything, and I got talking to Jordan, and I was like, "I like your shop, mate. I've watched how you are with customers. Do you mind if I get a bit of footage? I want to add you to my best reptile shop list." And he was like, "Yeah, I know who you are. I had the phone call from so-and-so that he was at their shop." And he went, "Yeah," and threw me his keys. He went, "Get whatever you want out. Just don't get that one out because that one's a hoarding animal. Don't get that one out because it's in deep blue. Help yourself." And that's how it was. And that was probably the best interaction I've had with any shop at the minute. And so give me the keys. So I got a carpet python out. He was like, "Oh, that carpet python will nail you." I hook and tailed it. It didn't. Got some footage and I put it up. Jordan's a great guy. And again, there's another one. There's another Chaz. And there is plenty of them in the UK. And that's why I want to hit as many shops as possible and get the names out there. Again, I'm not a Tyler Nolan or a Chandler's Wildlife or a Snake Discovery. I haven't got a million subscribers. But if I can give a positive review on all the good shops that I believe are good and it gets 500 views or 2,000 views or 10,000 views, I feel like I've done them a favour because they deserve it.
100%.
Exactly.
Okay,
And I
so
think we should probably end on that note because people are starting to head off.
3 last things to finish up with. Quick fire,
Oh,
no
go on.
thought,
Quick fire,
straight
quick
answer.
fire.
One piece of advice for new keepers.
Quality over quantity.
One thing
Don't
experienced keepers should revisit.
One thing, there's always new things to learn.
And one misconception you'd love to kill off forever.
Snakes do not size you up.
I love it. Right, remember, guys,
Yeah.
we are sponsored by Reptile Keeper, Snakes and Adders, and Pornolux. We do have affiliate links in the description below and discount codes. Please feel free to use them. They do help the channel somewhat at no expense to you, but we have to tell you this is a product placement and all that jazz. You know what we mean. It's the good score. Lewis, thank you very much for coming on. Holly, thank you very much for being in the audience and getting involved. Love to you both very much for doing that. Appreciate giving you a Friday night to come on and spend some time.
Absolutely.
Geek out and put the world to right over reptiles. It's absolutely spot on.
And can I just throw one thing in before you end it?
Of course you can.
Anybody in the comments, I don't know who's watching, but anybody in the comments or who does watch in the future, if you know of a reptile shop that you think definitely deserves to be shouted out, please message me it and I'll try my best to get to it at some point in my life.
Andy's got a list. Ask Andy for his list.
Yeah, please do.
I've got all sorts of lists. But anyway, good night, people, and we will see you next Friday.
Peace.
Later.